Here are 4 reasons why you need to get excited about Kaiju Kongs. Number 1, they've got a supply of 3,333. I'm a big fan of low supply projects. They can have a supply shock, which means that the floor price can increase. Now, when it comes down to the roadmap, it gets even crazier. They've got a real-time burn mechanism. The idea is that if you mint it and you try to sell it on OpenSea below the mint price, it burns it, gone, destroyed. The idea with this is it's meant to kind of gamify the system so people can't undercut and then the price floor fall below the mint price. Now, this has been done on a project before called Exponentials. So the fact that they've actually seen this tech, and using this kind of style to just pump it into it. Now, it's not a permanent one. It's only done for the first 5 days, but it's very interesting that they're kind of doing something, because if you've been in the space before, when something new pops up, you get excited and you want to buy into it because it's fun and you really like the tech. Number 2, there is a token, but it's not just a token like you think there's a token. The token is to then help you save up to then do something cool later on. And that cool thing is make a 1 of 1. Now, what they're doing is they've got 4 artists currently, and they're going to be onboarding a few more artists. The idea is that you then get your Kong, you then stake it. When you get enough tokens, you can then redeem those tokens to then get the artist to make you a 1 of 1. So you then submit your design brief, the artist then makes up your 1 of 1, which then turns your NFT into a 1 of 1. Now, this is crazy because they essentially want to make 3,000 item project that is 1 of 1s. And the 4th reason why you should be excited about it is the play to earn aspect. So they've got an aspect where you've got your Kong, you then have it staked, you can then get some land, you can then get junior Kongs, and then you can sort of multiply the amount of tokens that you then get, and you use those tokens. But the idea is that you're not going to necessarily kind of build more into the space, so it's going to be a locked off supply. So the idea is that if you actually want to be getting land, they're not going to exponentially add more to the system, and the idea is you're going to need tokens to actually buy these and mint these, but the minting of them, it's super capped, so it means that people that want to play the game, they can play the game by buying the tokens on sort of a DEX, which then means that it starts to add liquidity to the actual project itself. What this means is it means that someone can then essentially buy a junior Kong off the secondary market. They could then buy some tokens to then accelerate the amount of tokens that they can then get. And the way that it's built is it's built in a way to not dilute the amount of NFTs that the collection has, but the collection is built with a finite amount of NFTs, and the fact that they're kind of interchanged and moved around in a way that can actually benefit the system. And the reason that this kind of all comes together is that when I actually spoke to the founder, is that they wanted to create something from a position that they would actually want to engage with the project. And the idea of having this 5-day burn mechanism, it's a cool little gimmick, but it then gives them time to get the tokenomics together. So the idea is that this should keep you involved for the next kind of 5 days, seeing if people list it and just see where the price goes. At that point in time, they can roll out the tokenomics. And the idea is they're rolling out the tokenomics in a way that they can then onboard all the artists so that people can then start doing their 1 of 1s. And then once people have started to do their 1 of 1s, they can start playing the game as well and incorporating their 1 of 1s into the game. So essentially what they've done is they've made the roadmap in a way to keep the attention of the person, because they know that after someone's minted, they'll be around for a day or two and then they're going to bounce out. So it's very interesting the way that everything is structured within this project. Now look, an extra reason, the 5th reason, I would say, is the kind of target audience that they're kind of getting at. They've already got a bunch of people that are sort of big blue chip holders in the project, but what they don't want to do is they just don't want to automatically whitelist sort of a Bored Ape holder. What they do is they actually make sure that these people have to grind to a level 3 to ensure that they don't just kind of dip in and they get a whitelist because of what's in their wallet. They actually need to put in a little bit of effort. And what they're also going to be doing is they're also going to be actively culling people that do make the whitelist but then dip out. The idea that they want to get across the line is the fact that they want people that are in there, that are engaged, that are going to kind of play the game, because then that kind of builds the ecosystem itself. And they are touching on an idea of how they can actually make the whitelisting process a little bit more personal, because when it comes down to this burn mechanism, this could be a little bit crazy when someone kind of does mint, they do sell, and they start losing their NFTs with the different burning mechanisms that they've got within the project. So I've spoke 100 miles an hour. This project is just super interesting because, like, look, when I found out about the roadmap and everything else, I was just blinded to everything that was going on with the project. So they've currently got a locked Discord, so it'll be very hard to get in there. They've got no launch date yet. They've got 20,000 followers on Twitter. The idea that this project is coming from a place of wanting to do something different. They're coming from a place of wanting to actually kind of change the game and how people should be interacting with projects. And I think that's really cool, because the best projects that I find are projects that are done by artists or done by DJs in the space. People that have seen everything done 100 times before and want to do something different, want to do it their way. So that's why I'm super excited about this project. I've got links below to their Twitter. Follow there, put on those notifications, and you should be fine. So yes, full disclosure, one of the guys from my Discord, Bright Mind, he actually kind of reached out. He was speaking to the founder and then kind of linked up a chat. So I actually had a chat with the founder that way, which was quite cool. It also means that I'm going to be reaching back out and I'll most likely get a whitelist spot. So please consider this as pumping my own bag when it comes down to the project. The idea that I've actually been introed to it to then check it out, got super excited, super pumped. So yeah, please take that in consideration as you've kind of watched the video. So if you found value in this video and my excitement for the project, drop a comment below, hit that subscribe button, and while you're down there, also hit up the like button. As always, it's been a pleasure having you with me. I look forward to seeing you in the next one.